Looking at yesterday, narrow defeat against Tiverton in a fight for every point. What went wrong? Can you assess the game for me?
Yeah, we went loose on a set play, and then in any game you can't go loose for a moment, particularly yesterday, because that was always going to be the defining moment in a game. Playing on what could best be described as a plough field. It wasn't going to be a game for the purists. It was a game for doing the basics relentlessly well, and unfortunately Tiverton edged that. They didn't go loose on a set play, and we did. We had probably the best chance of the game. Well, a clear chance. I'm still not quite sure how it hasn't gone in, but it hasn't. And that's the game of football. It's what you do in both boxes. And yesterday was going to be the team that won. That was going to be the team that relentlessly done the basics well. And we felt agonisingly short, which is frustrating after a long journey down there. But we lick our wounds, and we got to respond quickly, because we got a big game on Monday.
We mentioned it there, responding quickly a game on Monday. What's the impact of such little time between games? What impact does that have on the squad heading into the last 4 games, basically 48 hours?
Yeah, it's not ideal because of games so close together. Injury risks. You've got the travel. Being a part-time football club, you've got work and a lot of other issues going on. And coming to this end of the season, there's a long, hard season, and you have games so close together. It's just the health and fitness of the squad. That's the most, the biggest worry for a manager in these situations. Can you try and get your best team on the pitch? And that's something which has haunted us all season. I think we haven't had any consistency in the lineup, and that's probably why we are where we are at the moment. But we've got a big job to do, and we just need to put our best foot forward at all times, and make sure that we deliver and execute what we need to do.
So looking ahead, 12 points to play for in the end of the season. Half of those are against teams between us and the drop zone. Tomorrow sort of spells it being sort of one of the most important games of the season, right?
Yeah. The next one is always the most important one. I know it sounds boring. We're well aware of the situation, but we need to focus on our process. We need to focus on second in, second out of the game, and execute what we practice and what we need to do. We'll let everyone else talk about this and that. We just need to make sure that we're fully focused on our role and responsibility, and executing those. We're paid to do a job, and we've got to go and do that now.
I suppose the one positive is that survival is very much in our hands, because, like I say, we play 2 teams out of the 4 that are below us. Is the squad up for that fight? What does the squad look like? What does the morale look like? Because I know there's been a few changes recently and a few new additions of late. So what does that morale team look like?
And we needed to, otherwise we wouldn't be fielding the team. We had to reinforce with some loans. Yeah, it's you like to think, but with the injuries that we've had and the key personnel missing for large spells of the season, we've had to strengthen, and that's given us I think you saw the performance at Harrow, the performance at Hendon. Those new signings have definitely reinvigorated us. That's why yesterday was so disappointing, because a point, when you look at the conditions and the travel yesterday, it would have been a good point, but coulda, woulda, shoulda. This doesn't matter now. It's just all about focusing on Monday and coming together, pulling together. We know what we've got to do. We know what makes us a good, when we're at our best, what things we do well, and we've got to make sure we do those things well tomorrow.
Taking rest and things like injuries into consideration, can you tell me any specifics about who we're likely to see at Privet Park tomorrow?
No, such a tight turnaround. We'll obviously take a roll call with the lads. They've got their cool down protocol to be doing at home today, and we'll see them at the ground tomorrow. But yeah, with such a tight turnaround, it's very difficult to get like a consistent lineup at the moment. But whoever puts that shirt on tomorrow needs to wear it with pride and leave it with sweat and blood on it if need be.